Top 112 Buddha quotes. The trouble is, you think you have time. Mind is everything. What we think, we become. Every morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Meditate. Live purely. Be quiet. Do your work with mastery. Like the moon, come out from behind the clouds. Shine. Attachment leads to suffering. The greatest prayer is patience. The past is already gone, the future is not yet here. There's only one moment for you to live, and that is the present moment. The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, nor to worry about the future, but to live the present moment wisely and earnestly. Doubt everything. Find your own light. You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. True love is born from understanding. Nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded. Believe nothing, no matter where you read it, or who said it, no matter if I have said it, unless it agrees with your own reason and your own common sense. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Nothing ever exists entirely alone, everything is in relation to everything else. Remember that the only constant in life is change. Praise and blame, gain and loss, pleasure and sorrow come and go like the wind. To be happy, rest like a giant tree in the midst of them all. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Your mind is a powerful thing. When you filter it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. In the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it. The root of suffering is attachment. You can only lose what you cling to. When you move your focus from competition to contribution, life becomes a celebration. Never try to defeat people, just win their hearts. Work out your own salvation. Do not depend on others. Serenity comes when you trade expectations for acceptance. There are only two mistakes one can make along the road to truth: not going all the way and not starting. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to others. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. As you walk and eat and travel, be where you are. Otherwise you will miss most of your life. Make of yourself a light. All human unhappiness comes from not facing reality squarely, exactly as it is. Even as a solid rock is unshaken by the wind, so are the wise unshaken by praise or blame. If you truly loved yourself, you could never hurt another. The fool who thinks he is wise is just a fool. The fool who knows he is a fool is wise indeed. Set your heart on doing good. Do it over and over again, and you will be filled with joy. Resolve to be tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant with the weak and wrong. Sometime in your life, you will have been all of these. Let yourself be open and life will be easier. However many holy words you read, however many you speak, what good will they do you if you do not act on upon them? A jug fills drop by drop. Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Suffering follows an evil thought as the wheels of a cart follow the oxen that draws it. Our life is shaped by our mind, we become what we think. Joy follows a pure thought like a shadow that never leaves. Craving and desire are the cause of all unhappiness. Everything sooner or later must change, so do not become attached to anything. Instead, devote. Do not look for a sanctuary in anyone except yourself. In the sky, there is no distinction of east and west. People create distinctions out of their own minds and then believe them to be true. A man is not called wise because he talks and talks again, but if he is peaceful, loving, and fearless, then he is in truth called wise. You throw thorns, falling in my silence they become flowers. If you find someone with wisdom, good judgment, and good actions, make him a companion. It is better to travel well than arrive. It is better to do nothing than to do what is wrong. For whatever you do to yourself. Believe only what you yourself test and judge to be true. If you know something hurtful and not true, don't say it. If you know something hurtful and true, don't say it. If you know something helpful but not true, don't say it. If you know something helpful and true, find the right time to say it. I am a finger pointing to the moon. Don't look at me, look at the moon. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. There is nothing more dreadful than the habit of doubt. Doubt separates people. It is a poison that disintegrates friendships and breaks up pleasant relations. It is a thorn that irritates and hurts. It is a sword that kills. A generous heart, kind speech, and a life of service and compassion are the things which renew humanity. Long is the night to him who is awake, long is a mile to him who is tired, long is life to the foolish who do not know the true law. Wear your ego like a loose-fitting garment. As rain falls equally on the just and the unjust, do not burden your heart with judgments, but rain your kindness equally on all. You can search throughout the entire universe for someone who is more deserving of your love and affection than you are yourself, and that person is not to be found anywhere. You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Wherever a person goes, his deeds, like a shadow, will follow. Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot, at least we learned a little, and if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick, and if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So, let us all be thankful. Be a lamp unto yourself. If we fail to look after others when they need help, who will look after us? How easy it is to see your brother's faults, how hard it is to face your own. What is most needed is a loving heart. The mind is pure and luminous by nature. It is defiled only by adventitious thoughts and emotions. One moment can change a day, one day can change a life, and one life can change the world. Live like a mighty river. An insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Sit, rest, work. Alone with yourself, never weary. On the edge of the forest live joyfully, without desire. If we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our whole life would change. May all that have life be delivered from suffering. Don't blindly believe what I say. Don't believe me because others convince you of my words. Don't believe anything you see, read, or hear from others, whether of authority, religious teachers, or texts. Those who have failed to work toward the truth have missed the purpose of living. There is no fire like passion, there is no shark like hatred, there is no snare like folly, there is no torrent like greed. All that has been hidden is rising, there is no stopping it. These things you cannot hide, the sun, the moon, and truth. Pain is the outcome of sin. Like a beautiful flower that is colorful but has no fragrance. Even well-spoken words bear no fruit in one who does not put them into practice. There is a way to be purified, to overcome sorrows and grief, to release suffering, to secure the right path, to realize nirvana. This is to be mindful. The gift of truth excels all other gifts. Looking deeply at life as it is in this very moment, the meditator dwells in stability and freedom. Through effort you will cross any raging flood, through energy you will pass any sorrow. In separateness lies the world's greatest misery, in compassion lies the world's true strength. Whoever has done harmful actions but later covers them up with good is like the moon which, freed from clouds, lights up the world. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Be a lamp unto yourselves. Work out your liberation with diligence. Fill your mind with compassion. Change is never painful, only the resistance to change is painful. Whatever a monk keeps pursuing with his thinking and pondering, that becomes the inclination of his awareness. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Words do not express thoughts very well, everything immediately becomes a little different, a little distorted, a little foolish. And yet it also pleases me and seems right that what is of value and wisdom of one man seems nonsense to another. Of all footprints, that of the elephant is supreme. Similarly, of all mindfulness meditations, that on death is supreme. Turn away from mischief. Again and again, turn away. Before sorrow befalls you, few cross over the river. Most are stranded on this side. On the riverbank they run up and down. But the wise man, following the way, crosses over beyond the reach of death. He leaves the dark way for the way of light. I manifested in a dreamlike way to dreamlike beings and gave a dreamlike Dharma, but in reality I never taught and never actually came.